RV life is incredible, but let's be honest, it's not always sunset and s'mores every day of the week.
It's not.
In this episode, we're going to be talking about the top 10 things that we love about RV life and the top 10 things that we hate about RV life.
Can we really hate anything about RV life?
But it sounds good. So we've been RVing for a decade. That's 10 years. I think this top 10 is very suited for how long we've been on the road. That's pretty crazy if you think about it, isn't it?
That is really crazy.
Years on the road. Holy moly.
A fifth of my life.
And a lot of the kids' lives too. Wouldn't you agree?
Most of the kids' lives, yeah. Especially Ryder.
Yeah, Ryder's like 79%.
Way more than half of his life.
I don't
he
know.
has
It's a lot.
been living on the road and traveling.
All right, so are there really anything? There's things that we hate. There's things that we love. We get questions all the time. We just wrapped up the Tampa RV. No, not the Tampa. The Hershey RV show, which is called the largest RV show in America, which, I think it's open to perception.
I feel like it's the same exact thing as the Tampa RV show.
But we got a lot of people that are like, oh my God, is every moment epic and wonderful and the best thing that you've ever imagined?
Life is life, right? Whether you live in a house, you live in an RV, you travel full time around the world, whatever, it's life, And so, but their circumstances are a little different, right? And so we'll get into that.
All right, here we go, guys. So let's start off with segment number 1, which is going to be some things that we love about RV life. You want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, you go first, Andrea.
Okay, the first thing that I absolutely love is the freedom that we get from living in an RV. Because we've traveled around the world and living out of a suitcase sucks. I don't like it. I don't like that we have to squish everything that we want into a suitcase and you're never going to bring it all. So we're always missing things. I love that we could bring our home with us wherever we travel around the country. That is such a huge bonus. And we started doing this when our kids were really young. So at their ages, when we started, which was like, 2 or 3, 5 and 6, was you really wanted your kid, you really wanted them to have their stuff, their bed, their pillows, their toys, all of that made life so much easier. So we were able to go to all these cool places around the country and they still had their stuff. So it felt like our cake and eat it too. We felt like it was the best of both worlds.
Yeah, no matter where you went, you were home, right? And that's what really felt good because we could be in Oregon or we could be in Florida and it didn't matter because we were home. All right, one thing that I love about RVing full-time is the community and the people that we get to meet on the road.
That's a good one.
We're at a RV park right now, and some people that have been following us for a while, and we met on the road. They're also influencers. We became good friends with them over the fact that we're just parked next to each other for the past week and a half.
Such a sweet family, by the way.
Young Walton and Free, giving you a shout out.
I think it's Young Walton Free.
What did I say?
Walton.
Walt?
I think it's Walt.
All right.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But really great family, a lot of fun, super great energy.
Yeah.
And so meeting people along the way. Another resource that we found along the way is full-time families. We were kind of lone rangers out here doing our own thing and just enjoying life. And after a while, you long for that community aspect. And we found full-time families and we found a huge community of other fellow RVers, families, kids, parents.
Especially for the kids. I think that was a huge, huge asset for us because, people always think, oh, if you RV, the kids won't be socialized and this and that. And that is so far from the truth. But this element really made it so much easier for our kids to connect with other families that actually are like-minded like us and live full-time on the road. That, I think, was a huge bonus because a lot of kids don't get it. They may meet other kids that go to school and live a sedentary life. And so they're like, what? So when they meet other full-time RVers, it just clicked. It was a very nice mesh.
All right. That's the second one. Let's go to the third one. And that's everybody, especially the kids, learning through experiences. I like that one a lot. So no matter where we go, we always try to get involved in something in the local area. Right now we're in Hershey, Pennsylvania. So we go do a tour of the Hershey factory, which is the basis for like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and learn how Milton Hershey came here in the 1900s and created this beautiful neighborhood facility.
It really is
community,
cool
and it's like, holy crap!
Even the light poles on the street poles going through the town, there's little Hershey Kisses on top, and they also alternate. It's wrapped Hershey Kisses or just regular Hershey Kiss on that. I think those.
Every road is like Chocolate Avenue, and the school's called Hershey High School. Like it's just crazy. That's
really cute. I would imagine what it must look like here during Christmas time.
But so much history, so much cool stuff. That's just one instance of a place that we're at right now, and we're learning from. So learning through interactive experiences for us is huge.
Now, number 4 is I love how much cheaper it is. Like overall, it is way cheaper than living in a house. our output, I think, for our bills was around $5,000 to $6,000 when we lived in a house, including utilities, insurances, all of that. And here out on the road, it is significantly less. Now, if you want to talk about not this RV and truck, but our setup initially was a $19,000 RV that we paid cash, and our minivan that was paid off. So our overhead was extremely
it was
low.
nothing. So we could spend all that money on experiences.
And there was no utilities because at RV parks everything's included. So it literally went from it's kind of an average of what people, like a middle of the road of what people are spending if you live in a house. We significantly dropped that when we moved into the RV. Our RV was paid for, the car was paid for. And all we do is pay for RV parks. And then with a 1,000 Trails membership, you get that basically for nothing.
Yeah. So let's just run through real quick. No sewer, no power, no water, no
cable.
Garbage, no cable.
Yeah.
We pay Starlink internet, but yeah.
So, but that is going to also lead me into the sponsor of today's video, which is Open Roads, and is a huge way that we save money while we travel full time on our diesel.
Oh man, that was pretty seamless. How you did that.
It's so true though, because I love all the little hacks and tips and tricks on ways to reduce your overhead. And Open Roads, since we've gotten this RV and that big truck, we now take diesel. And we couldn't use the Open Roads card before because we had gas. We have saved, oh my gosh,
I would say over $2,000.
$2,000.
Just filling up anyway. What they do is they connect with these big truck stops like Love's or Pilot or, you name it. And they work out a deal to get it at like a fleet price. And so, then they pass those savings on to us. So as we're driving through, it might say $4 a gallon on the sign out front and we get it for $3.50.
The coolest thing is as we're traveling, he's like, oh, we're getting low on diesel. I go, no problem. I pull up my Open Roads app. I look to see what's in the area and I'll look at the price. So it'll say the pump price is this and we get it for sometimes 70 cents a gallon cheaper.
Which is crazy.
Than what the pump price is. That has been really exciting. I love it. They also started offering RV insurance, which we actually filled out the form took 2 minutes. Filled it out just to see. I thought we had a great price on what we were paying for our RV insurance and truck insurance. Turns out we were overpaying. And just because I filled out that form, we instantly saved $1,200 a year.
Say what?
Highly recommend doing that. We will have the links to get the diesel card and the RV insurance. Fill it out.
Takes about 2 minutes to fill it out. So we just can't say enough great things about Open Roads.
Oh my gosh.
They're for RVers, by RVers. We know the team over there. They're always innovating. They're sweethearts. They got nothing but your best interest in mind. And it just makes it such an easy thing to have and use in your arsenal when you're RVing.
Actually, something that they just launched today as we speak is typically you tie that card to your bank account. And so when you go to the pump, it gets taken from your bank account. Now, if you are a new member, you can use your credit card if you want and earn some miles. So that's another option. If you don't have that card, highly recommend getting it. You could even link it up to your credit card now and earn miles every time you fill up.
All right, back to the show. But that saving money again, we love saving money. All right, one thing that I love is the scenic backyards that we get, the views. We just wrapped up. We were in Swan Valley, Idaho. Is that correct?
Idaho.
Yeah. So, and we were staying at our friends, the Jergies. They have a park called the Park in Swan Valley. Yep. And man, we just opened up the back. We dropped down the back patio, and you just look out, and you're like, "Is this real?"
Stunning sunsets against these velvety green mountains. Oh,
yeah, it was really cool.
It was so beautiful.
And then, one of our other favorite spots to do that is down in the Florida Keys. They have a few spots down at Fiesta Key, I think, right?
Fiesta, and Bahia Honda State Park.
You can drop down your back and you're literally like 10 feet from the water. So, that's why we love the toy hauler is you just back up to these epic locations. You got your back down and you walk out and you feel like you're on a boat, which is pretty crazy. So there's so many epic sunsets that we've had throughout the years.
Anything ocean related though is really high on the scale for me. Absolutely love it. Oh gosh, I just love it. All right. So
number six.
I
think it is. You want to go?
Oh, which one should we do?
Let's do the minimalistic lifestyle.
Minimalistic life. So when we sold it all, got rid of everything 10 plus years ago, I would say it was a mix of scary, invigorating,
freeing, cut the anchor.
Enlightening. There were so many emotions that went on, but once we actually closed that door and said, okay, the house is gone, all this stuff is gone, I went, wow,
What
I
a-
feel
what a-
lighter.
what a weird feeling. Like
It was.
I documented the whole process as we were moving out of the house. And so everything along the way, we were like, how do you feel right now? How do you feel right now? How do you feel right now? We were doing like sell everything at a garage sale. And then by like week 5, I'm like, throw all the stuff in the
We
trash.
did.
It doesn't
Neighbors, do
even
you want
matter.
this?
Wait,
Yep.
2 weeks before, we're haggling at a garage sale for 50 cents, and then we're throwing away, $1,000 worth of crap because
I
we don't even
said
care.
garage sales are not for me.
No
I literally
way.
said it in that video 10 plus years ago. I go, more power to those people
Yeah,
that could
just-
love to do garage sales. I
Let's add up the time. 8 hours times 2 people, that's 16 hours times 2 days. That's 32 hours.
plus putting up the signs, taking down the signs.
Let's just
Yeah.
and packing everything out. Let's just say 40 hours to make like $300. Like, I don't think that's worth it, man.
I don't know what
Just-
made, and I don't remember.
just
And
get rid of it.
I said, let's just give it away.
Let's give it away.
Give it away.
All right. So, minimalistic lifestyle. As we live in here, we only have so much space. So, if you want more things, some things have to leave.
Well,
and so we
another
always
thing.
keep it
Okay,
fresh.
I am so guilty of this. Going to Home Goods, going to Target, going to all these stores where they have such cute little
Oh.
things for the house, and I would be like, I got new pictures, I got this, I got trinkets, whatever. Who knows
Chrome
what the
bases.
heck
We were big on chrome
you
bases for a while.
buy at those stores. But now we have limited wall space, as you can see, and I save so much money because I don't go to those stores anymore.
I'm like, go all you want, babe. And
I
just
know,
don't come
my-
back with nothing because we ain't got no room.
I can't really get anything. I can't justify it unless we take something out. Literally, there's no room for
Yeah,
anything,
no, that-
which makes life a lot easier in that sense because there's nothing I need to go to the store for.
Yeah,
Spend
it's great.
hours walking around all these other stores because I'm like, oh, let's add something to the house. No, so that actually frees up my space to do other stuff.
Be free. Yep. So what do we call that? Minimalism is freedom for us. All right. How about adventure and spontaneity is the next one.
That's what we're made out of. That's like it runs in our veins.
Man, we always joke around we have ADHD, never been formally diagnosed, but we have all the traits of it. So we always need to be stimulated with new situations, surroundings, environments to feel alive. So I think that we line up perfectly with this lifestyle because we're always moving. We're always trying something new. We always joke around that once you know the streets and your way around, it's time to move.
Yeah. Well, and on that vein of adventure and spontaneity, we're very spontaneous. And so some people can do this lifestyle and they have the entire year planned out, every RV park,
Say
every
what?
adventure. And for us, sometimes we don't know where we're sleeping tonight because we're like, let's go to that area. Let's go. So
It works,
you
but
can't
sometimes
do
it
this.
doesn't work.
You can't do this. Like, you can't have that kind of adventure and spontaneity when you live in a house because there's things that you have to do, things you have to take care of, And so, like, we have a dog. We take the dog with us because we don't have to worry about getting a babysitter for the dog,
Yeah.
And so we can just uproot and take our home wherever. So
Yep.
that's really
so
fun.
we love the adventure. We love the spontaneity. We love, when you're all loaded up and we're getting ready to do a 1,000-mile journey down to Florida. And I don't know.
Florida, here we come. I can't wait.
We're going from Pennsylvania to Florida, so all the way down the East Coast. And it's just really cool. So
and you
adventure
take your home
spontaneity.
with you. I love it.
All right, the next one that I really love and means a lot in this crazy time that we're in now is connection with family. I feel like
Yep.
that's a big one. Everybody chips in when it's time to get somewhere. Everybody chips in when it's time to unload. And then, I don't know, we're always experiencing new things and we're looking at things with fresh eyes and a fresh perspective and connecting as a family.
Another thing that we hear from people, I don't think we hear it as much anymore as we used to, but
Speaking of family, hold on, keep talking.
Yeah,
we got kids out
aren't
here
you
that
guys
are.
sick of hanging out with each other so much and being together 24/7? And aren't you guys like,
doing a podcast, so try to be quiet, okay?
this is real life right here, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. So yeah,
Connecting. I love connecting.
it's I couldn't imagine now like having our kids at school all day. We're doing our own thing all day, and we spend like 2 to 3 to 4 hours a day together. I couldn't imagine doing that now because we worked so well together as a unit. Now, do we fight? Do we argue? Do the siblings fight? Heck yeah. It's like we're not perfect by any means just because we're in RV. People might have been parked next to us and heard some yelling. Who the heck knows? I'm sure we are totally just like everybody else. And so I think that our kids know that we are here for them, like 1,000,000%. We got their backs. And we're so in tune with everybody. And so I think that's something that's really important to us and we didn't realize how cool that was until years later. Our kids are now 12, 15, and 16. And most of their life they've been with us. And so I'm really proud of that because I'm not relying on somebody outside, not relying, but like I was in school, you went to school. And so we were under the supervision of teachers that maybe I couldn't stand that teacher, but yet I'm with them all day, that kind of stuff. And so I like that we are in control of what our kids are consuming, what they're doing, all of that. Yeah.
Very cool. Another thing that I always like to do, this kind of hits on some other topics that we've been on today, but always trying new things and new places with the family. Like everything's new and exciting. And sometimes we'll circle back around to something that we did 4, 5, 6 years ago and nobody remembers being there. And then all of a sudden you get that little glimpse of like, oh, do you remember when we were here and here and here? And I do that all the time. Sandy's like, how do you remember this stuff?
He seriously has such a memory.
Yeah, I don't know, sometimes.
You do, because I'm like, I don't even remember that place. And you're like, every detail.
Yeah. But always trying new things, new places with the kids and just getting to experience that with them. And hopefully, when they get older, that maybe they'll come back through with their family and be like, oh my gosh, when I was younger, I think we did this. Let me search my YouTube catalog and pull up Hershey, Pennsylvania and see if we did. Yeah, it's all documented. So experiencing new places with the family is really cool. Mammoth Caves was a great one. Crystal
mining in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Yeah. Floating down these rivers in Florida with alligators on the side. I mean, it's all just really cool.
Almost getting washed out to sea in the Keys.
Oh yeah, on
when
a paddleboard.
Sunset,
slack tide going out.
Oh, that was so scary.
And
you're hogging all
right,
honey,
I'll let you go.
All right.
Number 10
is being a part of this awesome RV culture, because I have to say, it is very different from living in a house in a neighborhood to an RV park and like bouncing around to all these different RV parks, because this is the way I and this is how I felt when we first pulled into our first RV park ever.
Paint the picture.
Everybody, it was almost like the Beaver Cleaver neighborhood, everybody's like, hi. And I'm like, wow, like literally we felt like we were in a time warp, that we would be in the RV park. It was Oasis in Las Vegas. Shout out to Oasis. We spent a lot of time there in the very beginning. And so we would go outside, like to the supermarket or whatever. And we're just like, hi to everybody. And people are like, what are you doing? And I go, oh yeah, we're not in the RV park anymore.
It's not the same out in the real world as it is in the RV park. We would always
consider it like out in the world, like you're not overly friendly because it's only in the RV park. So people are like really, really nice. So that is something that I love. Okay, perfect example. A few months when we first got back from Bali in 2019, COVID happened right after. We were going to be in the RV. We were supposed to be in Bali throughout the winter, but we ended up coming back to Vegas. It's cold over the winter time. And I said, listen, Jimmy, if we're going to be here, we need to rent a house for a couple of months because I am not going to be in the RV throughout the winter. And so we did in Las Vegas, and it was very eye-opening. The stark differences. We were in this neighborhood over in like Mountain's Edge, and it brought me right back to before we started RVing of you really don't know your neighbors. You don't know what's going on. The kids, not many kids are out playing. And so I was like, damn, like it feels lonely, I guess, in a neighborhood, unless you have a great community in your neighborhood where everybody knows each other. But we were new to the neighborhood, and it was really lonely. There wasn't many kids out playing, so our kids didn't really have anybody hanging. So it was almost the opposite.
Yeah.
They weren't socialized when we were in a house because there just wasn't that many kids around playing. Yeah. And so that to me made me realize like how special like the RV community is.
And the culture, yeah.
The culture, because everybody, if you need help, people will be walking by, hey, you need a hand? Like, what's going on? It brings me back to like the 1950s, like that vibe of everybody knows each other, and it's just really, really fun.
Yep. All right, that wraps up the 10 things that we love. There's some pretty good stuff in there. A lot of stuff to love. Now let's talk about the things that we hate.
Hate's such a strong word, though.
Dislike, the things that we could do without.
The things we don't really care for.
I don't know. If there was no conflict, there'd be no resolve.
If there's no peaks and valleys, then
then what's the point? If it's always like a 10, then you're just like, you know what?
All right.
Cool.
It's just like a movie.
It's just like a movie. You got to have conflict. Somebody's got to go down deep, and then you come back up, and Rocky wins the fight, and everybody's crying. Like, that's the way it is.
I know. RV life's the same.
So, what's the biggest thing in RV life? Maintenance kind of gets on your nerves after a while. Sandy's mom was just here, and I'm replacing a couple vents on the roof just because we wanted to upgrade our vents from Rec Pro. And I was up there, I don't know, a good 12 hours, and she was here visiting. And so I come down, she goes, man, there's a lot of work to do on this thing all the time. I go, well, it's not all the time, but when there is work, I mean, it takes a minute.
And Jimmy's really handy, so he just does it himself.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, but like all the caulking, keeping up, make sure you're not getting any water intrusions and all that stuff.
Water is like the downfall of RVs.
Yeah. So that, I mean, I just had to clean off all the awnings. Like there's always something to do to make sure when we get ready to hit the road, you got to check all the oils, check all the tires, do this. Because you think if you're, not only the RV, but the truck, you're mobbing for, 10, 12 hours a day, pushing those things as hard as you can. So yeah, maintenance is a big thing that you got to worry about.
I would say the next thing would be the living quarters are tighter. Definitely tighter. This is about 450 square feet for 5 people. And so...
Are you saying I only have 82 feet to myself?
We are used to... We're definitely... It doesn't bother us at all. But there are times where... Like, we want to do this podcast. I want to work. My ADHD, I cannot hear anything while I'm trying to work. Otherwise, I'm distracted. And so I would love... What?
I got a good story.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you want me to interrupt you or just keep going?
No, it's very rude to interrupt.
All right, well, go ahead. I decided
so, and like with the kids doing their homeschooling, like it would be nice to have maybe separate areas where everybody has their own place to just focus and whatnot. But I mean, we make it work. There's plenty of areas. We can go to library, whatever. But what's your story, Jimmy?
Well, even you were talking about the podcast, setting up for the podcast. Right now, if you guys are watching the video, we're in our bedroom, right? And so I had to dig all the stuff out of the closet, and you pull one thing out, and like the whole thing is like an explosion. And then I have to take
that's Jimmy's side of the closet because he's
I have a lot of gear, so we can continue to film stuff. What were you gonna say?
Oh, we use our phones in an Osmo, honey.
I keep all the gear because
I know you're a hoarder.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here. All right, so I take the laundry basket. Sandy's got this bag that she's been carrying around for 4 months. She's going to make a video on, but we haven't got to it yet. So we're just tripping over it all the time. So I put all the stuff out in the living room, and then I turn around, and it's all back in the bedroom. I put it in the living room. And then,
I did not know hamper.
And then I turn back around, and it's back in the bedroom. And so I kicked it down the stairs, and she goes, that was a little dramatic, wasn't it?
What are you doing? Why are you kicking that poor hamper down the stairs?
But that was the tight living quarters kind of getting to me, the frustration of like, all right, we got to reset our room and start over and dig everything out. So
yeah. So, of course, an RV is way smaller than a house, but the pros and cons, to me, it's still totally worth it. Totally. But if I'm going to say something, the living quarters would be tighter, yeah.
One thing that I hate as the economy rises and everything kind of gets more and more and more expensive is some of the coolest campgrounds in the world. You're like, hey, let's just go spend a week there. But the prices that they're charging of these things are kind of ridiculous sometimes, like $250, $300, $350. We were just in San Diego.
Yeah, we did that collaboration with Phase Rug. And the park that we stayed at,
$350 a night?
It was $300 and something a night. What was it? Campland on the Bay?
Yeah, I'm like, I got my house though. Like, what am I paying for?
And it was, let me tell you though, it was packed.
Yeah, it was packed. It was beyond packed.
And we did the 2 nights, and we were gonna like maybe do another night since we were there. And it was like another 300 something. I go,
$900 for 3 days. Like, we just got to go. Like, it's not worth it at that point.
And honestly, it was a dirt parking. It was a dirt lot.
Yeah, a lot of dry dust
and dirt. And so I go,
but that's not the only one. I mean, there's the cool ones with all the cool stuff. They get expensive, and so you got to find your happy medium if you're out here trying to make this last, because you can't be dropping $200, $300 a night.
Well, and that's where the 1,000 Trails membership really comes in handy, because we spend $300 a month for the membership. We have the adventure package, and we could stay for free at all the RV parks.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing that I hate is sometimes drive days with the kids get kind of, I love drive days, but I also hate drive days because they just wear on you after a while. Like, my back starts to hurt.
Well, we
kidneys hurt after a while. Yeah, we do.
Crazy drive days.
We do 10-hour days.
So typically a 4 to 6 hour drive day is not bad.
Yeah, that's nothing.
But we've been doing a lot of going west. And so there was a lot of long travel days then going back.
Yeah. If you drag it out, it could take 5 days. If you grind it out, it could take 3 days. So we just go for the 3-day thing. So the drive days with the kids, pulling over for the bathrooms and all that stuff. And you just get momentum going, I got to go pee. And like,
that's the difference between a Class A and a fifth wheel too, is if we were in a motorhome where we're driving in the home, then you just go to the bathroom. Like there's nothing, but you have way smaller living space. So that's why we opted for the fifth wheel, because we'll take those little bathroom stops as we're traveling, because we have a bedroom here. We have a bedroom in the back, like tons of space.
Maybe we should just throw everybody in the RV while we're driving. Some states you can do that, but
I would not feel safe doing that. No.
Well, I mean, if the RV falls off, you got a little bit more to worry about than.
No, it's just not worth it.
Right. So another thing that I hate sometimes is the weather risks, right? So we try to stay out of bad areas at bad times.
But on the plus side of that stuff, like the hurricanes and all that, is you can drive away from it and your home doesn't get messed up.
Recently, the biggest thing is like Tornado Alley. The tornadoes hurricanes, you got 3 days and you're like, okay, let's pack up day one. And then we just leave.
In Idaho, we were a little concerned that there might be a tornado happening right in front of us.
Yeah.
And we're like, what do we do? What do we do? Do we get in the car? Do we go somewhere? It turned out it wasn't. But let me tell you, the sky was looking weird. There was weird sounds happening, like this
humming,
eerie
electricity in the air.
I literally took a picture of the clouds and I put it into chat and I go, we're hearing a weird humming sound with this picture. Does this look like this might be a tornado? And it said, this could possibly be a tornado. We're like, oh my God, do we load up the truck? Let's go.
But even, especially on the East Coast and the Midwest, you'd be cruising across, you're hanging out for a couple nights, and they're like, tornado just wiped out RV park and killed 4 people. And you're like, oh my goodness. Like, you can't get away from that. There's no getting away from that. Like, you just like cross your fingers and hope it doesn't hit you.
And this will not withstand a tornado. No. Like, it's going to be turn into dust.
But hurricanes, no big deal. We've drove away from a couple of them and come back a week later and help everybody clean up. And my mom got hit by a hurricane, but we went to North Carolina, so we didn't.
Yeah.
And we went to Miami one time too, so we passed and missed another one.
Yeah.
All right.
So number 6, you know what is going on here?
I just got a lot of energy, man. You gave me too much pre-workout or something here.
So number 6, I would say, is the limited storage space. We do have a lot of storage in here, but for 5 people, if we want coats and extra shoes and boots and hoodies and all that, there's a cap on what we can bring in. And Nixon loves to shop.
Goodness, that kid with her sweatshirts. My Lord.
I love to have cool clothes and lots of boot options and shoes and heels for that rare time that I might wear them. But I like the option. But this closet right here, over here to the side of me, is what houses everybody's heavy stuff. So all of the coats, hoodies for all 5 of us, anything heavy goes here because all they have in their room is 2 drawers each. And so that gets kind of hard because like Nixon loves her hoodies. Sky loves jackets. Ryder doesn't ask for much. He's starting to fill up with suits in there because he loves his suits.
Got his velvet suits.
But yeah, there's only so much space. We have all of our shoes in a bin outside, and so it's limited. It's not like we could have this huge closet of like California Closet comes in and decks it all out, and we have space for days. But I think it's actually good in a sense because it keeps us
and then
light and nimble.
Outside too, we have enough room for like 6 totes, and so a couple of them are tools, a couple of them are sporting goods, a couple of them are like a catch-all. And so, I mean, we got what we got, and that's what it is. Another struggle that we have, and we just did last night and the night before, is we did 11 loads of laundry.
11 loads? We did 6 loads.
And what about a couple days before? 5 and 6.
Well, it's not like we did all at once 11 loads.
All right, we did 5 loads of laundry, and we did.
And then we wore those things, and then we washed them again.
No, last night we did all the bedding.
Well, we did the bedding,
Yeah, so that's 11 loads.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Are you embarrassed by how many loads we did?
No. So let's just keep it real.
We had to go to the laundromat at the RV park here, and which was cool, but at the same time, every 30 minutes you got to go up there and change loads and take stuff out and rearrange stuff But it gets done all at once. But we have a washer and dryer in the RV, which I don't know.
Well, it's a combo. It's a combo washer and dryer, which means it does both wash and dry. But the downfall with that is it doesn't really dry the clothes. Like my typical thing is I take it all out. I take out the heavy things, towels, jeans, whatever. I'll hang them outside during the day when the sun's out, and it dries it that way. And then I can just t-shirts and whatnot. I could throw them back in, and it'll dry it like that. But it's not like a real separate washer and dryer where everything's dry and beautiful when it's done with the cycle. No, it's not like that at all.
So, yeah, we recycle towels and
but it's worth it for
sweatshirts and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just don't wear stinky stuff, I think is our thing.
Now, another thing that is a big time sucker is the constant packing and unpacking when we're going to move. And so it's just hours out of the day that we were calculating. We're like, all right, so if we actually sat still, we can get back work days that would be like packing and unpacking.
Yeah, we're looking to maximize efficiency right now to build the business and get out more content for you guys. And when we're spending 4 hours in the morning every time we have to move and 2 hours unpacking, 4 hours packing, 2 hours unpacking. Yeah, man, that's almost a whole day.
That's something that you won't do in a house. Like everything's in its place. All you do if you're going food shopping, you just put it in its place. Like there's never that extra hours and hours of like we do packing and unpacking.
Break down the dog fence, roll up the mats, put in the
load up the e-bikes,
load up the electric e-bikes, put packing things in between them so they don't get scratched. You got to ratchet them down.
You have to be kind of meticulous if you want things to withstand that journey of bumpy roads and all that. Yeah. Because things get banged around.
So we kind of have a rule. If we're going to just stop for like 2 or 3 days somewhere, we don't unload the bikes, we don't unload the truck, and we just kind of keep it packed up and then we have a system where we can lower the Happy Jacks in the back down to the top of the bike so the kids still have room to sleep back there. So
that actually helps really. Yeah. That helps a lot.
All right. The last thing that I kind of, don't like is when you're so big, we're 67 feet long, I think, when we're all hooked up. So, as long as we stay on the freeway and we're going in a straight line, we're in pretty good, we're in pretty good shape. But once we get off the freeway and like things get a little dicey sometimes.
Like coming to this RV
Coming
park,
to Hershey, yeah, for sure.
The GPS told us, now we use, what is it, Apple Maps?
Yeah.
For the most part. And I know that if we're getting into an area where, like, say here, I should have double checked because it's a lot of windy roads and mountainy and we're in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's like the mountains of Pennsylvania.
Yeah. We're out here too.
And I saw the GPS told us, and it was just a small distance. It was about maybe 20 miles in between the highway and the park.
20 miles of
Within that 20 miles, I did not double check. And I saw it wanted us to make a turn. And you can see it was into darkness of windy roads and lots of trees. And I went, oh, no.
Yeah, we've done it before. And it was treacherous. Once you get on those roads, you're 5 miles in.
We did that with a 35-foot RV, not a 60-foot something.
Yeah.
Conglomeration thing. So I immediately took a picture, took a screenshot of Google Maps. I put it into chat and I said, what is the quickest route, the quickest and safest way to get, I put our length in to get from here to here. And it literally it said, do not take the route that the GPS was having us go. So if you do RV, make sure you check your route.
We're always checking, double checking, and triple checking.
I'm usually really good with that. In this case, I wasn't. I don't know what I was doing in the car, but I was obviously distracted.
We've even had situations where we're like, it's 10 miles faster to take these backcountry roads. And we're like, nope, we'll just stay on the freeway. It's not even worth it. I would rather be on Big Rig Friendly than...
Use trucker apps or whatever. Make sure that you are where big rigs go because otherwise you can get yourself in a bad situation.
All right, so that was 10 things that we hate, Sandy. That wasn't too bad, right? Maybe 10 things that we dislike or slightly irk us. I think that's a better way to put it. But 10 things that we hate might get a bigger...
you breakdowns on travel days. You didn't do 10.
No, we did. We talked about like loading up and unloading and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to do something called a little rapid fire questionnaires right now. We're going to do 5 things that Sandy loves. And then since Sandy always calls me the negative Nancy, we're going to do 5 things that Jimmy hates.
Debbie Downer.
The Debbie Downer.
Jimmy is the Debbie Downer.
No, I think I'm a realist and Sandy's a dreamer who thinks anything's possible. You don't think so?
I think
so.
Just the word itself says I'm possible. Okay. So,
all right, get it, girl. All right, Sandy. Number one. What is your favorite RV park you've ever stayed in?
Ooh, that's a.
I can think of
Camp Margaritavilles are always great.
That's what I was thinking.
I love the vibe over there. Camp Margaritaville. They have the slides. They have the bars and the restaurants, and the vibe is just overall really, really cool. Camp Margaritaville.
Yep. Anything down the Keys too. I think would be really cool, right?
The Keys, yeah.
All right, what's your favorite meal you've cooked inside the RV, or what do you love to make?
Well, my favorite thing to make is stuffed shells. I'm Italian, and I love making stuffed shells. It's like my go-to.
What's your favorite backyard view from your window? What do you love?
All the way.
Like, give me an example.
I want to see crystal clear blue water for days.
All right.
Yeah.
Florida Keys again for the win.
Florida Keys, yeah.
Give me one RV gadget that you can't live without or that you absolutely love.
Let's see. The drop down patio in our RV.
That's a good one.
Is a huge one. And then I would say the washing machine.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference. It is a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it is 10 times easier to set it and forget it and just come back in 2 hours and at least during the day some laundry's getting done, right?
Well, you know what? If you stay on top of your laundry, it's no biggie at all.
Yeah.
It's when you have 5 loads to do that's when it's not.
All right, give me a favorite memory or something that you love that you remember from the kids learning on the road. What is a favorite memory or an instance or a scenario or?
Oh, there's been so many. I think the Hot Springs, Arkansas
I was gonna say
crystal
the same
mining.
thing.
The kids loved it. I think I resonate with what the kids actually really enjoy. Not like I'm trying to say, guys, look at this, and they're like, whatever. They love being hands-on. They love getting dirty. They love doing all the stuff. And so the crystal mining we did years ago when they were much younger. And then we went, as we were going cross country again, we said we have to stop there again and do it.
And it was just as fun. I thought
Years
it was
later,
just as fun.
but that initial time that we did it, I saw the eyes light up. Like they were so excited. Like they found like diamonds, in the dirt. And so yeah, that to me is probably will always be one of my favorites.
Hot Springs, Arkansas, crystal capital of the world is what they say. Yeah. So pretty cool. All right, Sandy, we're gonna switch gears now, and you're gonna ask me the next 5
The negative
questions.
Nancy.
Jimmy, what do you hate? Yeah.
All right, so Jimmy, number 1, what was your worst RV repair you've had to deal with?
I think anything to do with water damage. In the Class A, we had a lot of
That poor
leaks.
girl.
And one time I'm fixing something in the back room, and I drilled into a 2x4, and it was soaking wet. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I start tearing it apart, and everything in the wall soaking wet. So any kind of water damage, I hate
The guy
it.
that sold us newbies that RV, we actually ran into him at an RV show, which was so weird. But you were a jerk for doing that.
It's our fault for buying it.
Like, come on, this young couple is excited about this RV life. Be honest. Be honest.
Hey,
All
that's
right.
a great story though.
All right. What's your campground pet peeve?
All right. One thing that I hate about campgrounds is a lot of them in Florida were built in the 1950s, it feels like, and they were like catered to golf carts. And so when you come in with a truck that's 9 feet wide almost and 70 feet long.
RVs were a lot smaller when these RV parks were built.
I'm like, how
apparently.
are you even telling me that I can get in here? I mean, we've done the what do you call that? The Austin Power where we go forward, back. Oh my God. I thought I was going to burn out the tires because I was going forward and back so much. And we still didn't get in, and we had to move. And then we couldn't get on the next one. And we're like, guys,
we gotta go.
We gotta go.
We literally can't stay at your park. I wish you would let people know that.
That's one thing I hate
Bigger
about.
than like 35 feet. All right. What's the one chore you dread most in RV life? Let's see.
That's a good one. I'm thinking about it. The only thing I dread the most, I would say just the load up and unload. I don't know. I'm kind of getting over
Or
the point.
repairs, maybe.
Yeah, the repairs, like.
Although we haven't had that many repairs in this RV.
This one's pretty new, but I don't know. Either loading up and unloading or getting up on the roof and peeling back that rubber roofing stuff that's impossible. My fingers are hurting. I've been doing it for 3 days and like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. All right. Let's see. What's your biggest driving day frustration? Because you're the driver,
I would say getting a late start is always like a bad one because we have intentions to be out here at 9, but we roll out at like 11:30, and we still know that we have to drive 10 hours. And so if we leave at 9, we can stop at 5 or 6. But if we leave at 11, we're stopping at 8 or 9 or 10. And it's just the later you drive, the more exhausting it is.
Our neighbors were leaving today, and they left. They were a little bit after 11. Usually checkout time is 11. And we somehow are always pushing that envelope to 11 or a little bit after 11. And we saw them doing the same. And I went, all right, at least we're not alone.
The only ones.
I see people, they're loaded up and ready to leave at 6 a.m. And I'm going,
I think
they
do it the night before. I think they actually plan ahead and do it the night before.
How did you do that? Why can we not do that?
We're always trying to edit till 11 o'clock at night, and then we go, oh, crap, we're moving tomorrow. So I think that's what it is.
I don't know. Living on the edge of seat of our pants.
Yes.
All right, now last one, Jimmy, is what's the most annoying thing about your RV storage space?
Oh, that's a good one. I think when it's a little bit better now because we have the Moride slide, but when I have to get a tool out, I've got to pull out. Everything's in there like a Tetris piece. So I have to pull out like 14 weights, 3 bags, a backpack, a tote.
So what's the solution?
Get rid of some stuff, but then or organize a little bit better. I know. So I don't know. So yeah, when it's not as bad as it used to be, but getting one thing out, you have to pull 14 things out.
Shout out to the Moride storage tray because
that's a game changer.
Literally, the kids would be like, Dad, can you get the baseball stuff? And he knows the baseball stuff's like in the middle of our storage.
I'm like, we're not playing baseball.
So he literally would have to take out 5 bins, all the extra doodads that are up and around it to get this one bag that had the baseball stuff. So now with the Moride tray, we slide it out, grab it, put it back in. So that was really a game changer.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, that is 10 things we love, 10 things we hate, and 5 things Sandy loves, and 5 things Jimmy hates.
Yes.
All right, so that's a pretty good list. I think we did it. We got through it.
I would love to hear from you guys, though.
Oh, that's a good one.
any RV experience, things that you love, hate, would love to hear it. It's always a good conversation because things that we may have said that you have never experienced, or you got some crazy ones where I'm like, oh man, like that's a good one. Would love to hear it. Please put it in the comments.
And also, we've been out here for 10 years doing this. So I think that the loves might outweigh the hates. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. If the hates outweighed the loves, then we would just get back into a house or whatever.
For sure.
Like this isn't working for us.
So drop us a comment in here. Drop us a comment on Instagram. Send us a message. Let us know some things that you love about RV life, some things that you hate about RV life. And definitely check out our next episode. We're going to be talking about the top 5 scariest stories that we've ever had while RVing. There's a train that almost took us out. There were some pile of bones on the side of the road. We were boondocking for the night, and a bunch of rowdy kids doing donuts around the RV. Yeah, there's quite a few.
There's some interesting ones.
Yeah, definitely.
When you do something long enough, you're definitely going to have some stories to tell. So,
all right, guys. So if you enjoyed this episode, leave us a comment, share it, follow, all the good stuff. You guys know what to do.
Let us know if you enjoy these podcasts and what other topics you want us to talk about. Because we could talk for days. We just want to make sure it's something that you guys want to hear.
Yeah. So whatever you guys do, get out there and
try something new.